Sharala, all praises and glory goes to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone. Salutations unto the elect and feeding the sheep of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, in sincerity and truth of this great gospel. We're going to get into this lesson. We are still on MLK, Martin Luther Sendoff King, because he was not in the spirit, man. He was not in the spirit. He was in the spirit of Esau Edom, right? He was in the spirit of Esau Edom, man. They done recruited this dude to send off his people. Send off his people. Because at first he thought he was doing something until he finally realized that, trying to integrate my people with these Edomites, I'm about to lead them to death. About to lead them to death. I'm going to read what this man's quote. It says, I fear I may have integrated my people into a burning house. Yes. And how is America going to go down? By fire. By fire, man. Read again. I fear I may have integrated my people into a burning house. It says, when Dr. King was dreaming, white supremacy loved him. When Dr. King woke up from his dream, white supremacy considered him to be a threat to their agenda, right? Because they loved King at first, because who was King rolling with? Let's see who King was rolling with. He was rolling with them Jews, right? It says, what if I told you integration was one of the most detrimental events to the black community? Black entrepreneurship decreased. Black unemployment increased. Black marriage decreased. Single parent homes increased. Why? Because you started living like the fucking white man. They didn't integrate us to give us equality. They integrated us because we did far better than expected without them. And that's what happened, man. They seen Jake, Black Wall Street. Jake had all these successful cities post what? Slavery, right? Reconstruction era, Jake came back with vengeance, doing great. And what? Esau hated it, man. So Esau was doing what? Looking for different cats to set up to get Jakes to be part of their society. You got the one with the black woman and the other white woman throwing their fist up. And the main thing they fucking use was that Hollywood, man. That TV. You'll see a movie, man. They got a white cop, and who's his backup? Some black guy. And the black guy is just there to do everything for Whitey, right? Just there to do everything for Whitey. I'm going to read this. It says, King was going in, right? So here you got, from left front row, you got Rabbi Abraham. Why is Martin Luther King walking with the enemy, right? A bunch of Karzais. Same thing with the NAACP. Who started that? A bunch of Karzais. It says, Rabbi Abraham, Dr. King Jr., Reverend Ralph Abernathy, Rabbi Maurice Eisendraft, carrying the Torah, and Rabbi Everett Gendler. Come on, man. And these people done took your identity. Here they walking with you like they're you. That dream I had not so long ago in so many ways have turned into a nightmare. I have dated my people into a burning house. Yeah. King knew he had fucked up. It says the Jews behind the NAACP. Yeah, look at them. Ain't number cars eyes running these so-called black organizations, man. Let's go to the book of Deuteronomy 13:1. It says, if there arise among you a prophet or a dreamer of dreams, and give thee a sign or a wonder, man. Martin Luther King I had a dream speech. And one day, white boys be walking, holding hands with black girls, some bullshit he said, right? And the sign or wonder come to pass, whereof he spake unto thee, saying, let us go after other gods. And who was Martin Luther King pushing? Jesus Christ. That's another God. That's a God that don't exist. He was not pushing Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. He was pushing Jesus Christ. He was calling on God. And the sign or the wonder come to pass, where he spake unto thee, saying, let us go after other gods, which thou hast not known, and let us serve them. Yeah, our forefathers did not know Jesus. We did not know Jesus, right? We knew Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. You go back to a lot of slave movies, man. What you see on a Sunday, where would the slaves be? They would be outside the church looking through the window trying to listen to the preacher preach. Obey thy master. And that was your preacher's favorite verse. obey thy master and them that have rule over thee. Read verse 3. Thou shalt not hearken unto the words of that prophet, or that dreamer of dreams. For the Lord your power proveth you to know whether you love the Lord, or you love the Lord your power with all your heart and with all your soul. Ye shall walk after the Lord your power, and fear him, and keep his commandments, and obey his voice. And ye shall serve him, and cleave unto him. Because under Jesus, man, the laws are done away with. Yeah, that's the Old Testament. New Testament, no, that's under this Jesus vibration. Under Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, this is one book. The Lord said, I come in the volume of the book. It's only one book. Ain't no Old New Testament. The Lord said, I am the same yesterday, the same today. Verse 5, and the prophet or that dreamer shall be what? Put to death. What happened to Martin Luther King? Headshot, dead shot. They knocked his helmet off, right? And that prophet or that dreamer of dream, a bunch of them. Malcolm X, headshot, trying to get you to go after other gods, Allah. Headshot, chest shot. They tore his ass up. I don't even think he got a headshot. They just lit his ass up. Why? Because these people were sending our people off, man. That's the worst thing you could be in Israel, is a false prophet. And that prophet or that dreamer of dreams shall be put to death, because he have spoken to turn you away from who? Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, your power, which brought you out the land of Egypt and redeemed you out the house of bondage. And where we at right now again? We back in the house of bondage, man. The modern day Egypt, which is Babylon the Great America. To thrust thee out of the way which the Lord thy power commanded thee to walk in, so shalt thou put the evil away from the midst of thee, man. Yeah, when Martin Luther King died, man, that was evil being put away from us. That was evil being put away from us, because this man was a send-off Sam, right? He was telling our people to walk hand in hand with the enemy, to worship another god, a false god that our forefathers didn't know, right? I'm reading the book of 1 Maccabees 1 and 11. In those days went there out of Israel wicked men, who persuaded many, saying, let us go and make a covenant with the heathen that are round about us, man. You hear that? Anybody telling you to join the other nations is a wicked person, man. I'm going to read it again. In those days went there out of Israel wicked men, who persuaded many, saying, let us go and make a covenant with the heathen that are round about us. For since we departed from them, we have had so much sorrow. No, ever since we started fucking with them, integrated with them, we had much sorrow, man. Right? Ain't that what the brother said in this thing? Let's go back to this. It says, what if I told you integration was one of the most detrimental events to the black community? Black entrepreneurship decreased. Black unemployment increased. Black marriage decreased. Single parent homes increase. They didn't integrate us to give us equality. They integrated us because we did far better than them, expected without them. Because we don't need them. All we need is who? Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Read again. In those days went out of Israel wicked men, who persuaded many, saying, let us go and make a covenant with the heathen that are round about us. Yeah, the only way we're gonna make it, man, we gotta come to some kind of agreement with these people. Yeah, man, we in their land, man. We gotta live with them. We gotta agree with them. No, we ain't gotta agree with them. You just say, man, you go to work, pay your bills. So you ain't gotta follow their ways. You ain't gotta live the way they live, eat the way they eat, think the way they think, right? For since we departed from them, we have had much sorrow. And that's bullshit. Here's Jeremiah 10 and 2. This is where our people fell victim, right? They went and learned the ways of the heathen, right? They done went to Esau's colleges and institutions and then became programmed with bullshit, with lies and filth, right? Jeremiah 10 and 2. Thus saith Yahweh, learn not the way of the heathen. Learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them. Yeah, we're not supposed to learn the heathen's customs. We're not supposed to follow after the ways of the heathen, right? Because what is it going to lead you to? Death, because the heathen is not about the laws and statutes. The heathen is about fulfilling the lust of the flesh, right? They're all about being happy. They're all about eating, getting married, feeling good, that good, feel good spirit. Well, we already know, man, that ain't the spirit of the Lord, man. The spirit of the Lord sent us here not to be happy and feel good. Right now, like I said, we're going through this punishment, and we're going to have to deal with this punishment. That's why the scriptures say, he that endureth unto the end, the same shall be saved. So where does that leave all you people who done join into this society? And You're not suffering. You're doing good. You're doing great, right? Men are speaking good about you, right? You're rich. All these different type of things. What does it say? Woe unto a rich motherfucker. Woe to when people speak good things about you, right? So we already know, man, an Israelite making in this society is damn near a dead Israelite walking. A dead Israelite walking. I'm going to read 1 Timothy 4:1. Now the Spirit speaketh expressly that in latter times some shall depart from the faith, giving heed to seducing spirits and doctrines of devils. And shit, 2023, man, a lot of our people are still following the doctrines of devils. You still a Christian, right? You still believe in Jesus, right? You still believe all men could be saved, man. And that's far from the truth, man. The Lord is only coming back for who? The children of Israel. Ephesians 5:11. Somebody should have. Martin Luther King. He came. He was all about the Bible. He was a preacher, but he must have been only reading certain parts of the Bible. He wasn't going through the whole book. You could tell this man did not read the whole book. I'm reading Ephesians 5:11, and have no fellowship with unfruitful works of darkness, but rather reprove them. He was supposed to reprove them rabbis, man. Y'all ain't no Jews. Y'all them 1948ers, man, who came to the land through the Balfour Declaration. Not walking hand in hand with the fucking enemy, right? And it's funny, man. Martin Luther King got killed. A lot of them old crackers, they went on to be old and died old age. Got to see their family grow and be happy, right? And read again, Ephesians 5:11. And have no fellowship with the unfruitful works of darkness, but rather reprove them. For it is a shame even to speak of those things which are done of them in secret, man. You know how these people are living. These pedophiles, right? These murderers, these killers, these sexually indecency people, man, sodomites. But all things that are reproved are made manifest by the light. For whatsoever doth make manifest is light. And that's what we're here to push this truth. Yeah, Martin Luther King was not bringing out no light, man. He was bringing you to the dark. He told you he was leading your ass into a burning house. And what is that burning house? Babylon the Great, America.